My camera is the thread that ties me to the land. It's the reason I travel. When I discovered overlanding, I felt like everything kind of clicked in one place. No more turning back at the end of a photo outing, just keep driving. The road becomes home, and everything I need, my gear, my shelter, my thoughts, all travel with me. People get into vehicle-based adventure for all kinds of reasons. Some seek the challenge of difficult trails, others crave distance, crossing borders, and chasing scale. But for me, it's much simpler. Take me somewhere quiet, somewhere with space to breathe, and something worth photographing. There's always something, not just sweeping landscapes, but the quiet details that come with the journey. I've never really been one to chase a single banger shot. For me, it's more about trying to hold on to the feeling of place, capturing the essence of being out there. Adventure and photography have always been intertwined for me, and Iceland, it's been calling for years. So I answered. We're in a bit of a pickle. Tomorrow we leave on an 11-day expedition through the F-roads in Iceland in these huge trucks. I've been dreaming of this for a very long time. The problem is the trucks are standard and I don't know how to drive stick. I'm gonna learn right now. Come on, Chris, teach me how to drive this. A couple years ago, I became obsessed with the idea of exploring Iceland through its F-roads, rugged, unpaved tracks that curve through the Highlands and lead deep into some of the most remote and wild corners of the country. But this wasn't something I wanted to tackle alone. I knew the risks of venturing solo into Iceland's backcountry, an unfamiliar place with unpredictable weather and frequent road closures. So we started looking for a team that could help make this adventure possible, and that search led us to Overland Travel. Before the journey even began, I faced a steep learning curve. I had just 2 days to figure out how to drive a manual transmission before getting behind the wheel of a 7.5-ton expedition truck.
All right, lesson number 1. Put your hand up. This is your wheels and your drivetrain. This is your engine, and your engine's spinning at a low RPM, and you just let the clutch out. The resistance from the drivetrain will stall the motor. Feel the friction point, baby.
I should have watched a YouTube video on this.
We're just gonna do it by feel.
So does the clutch have to be in when I start the car?
Yes.
Okay. The clutch is not in. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Handbrake off. Okay, left foot on the clutch, right foot off the brake. Slowly just pull the clutch out. Yeah.
What do I do with my right foot? Do I gas?
Nothing right now.
Just pull it out?
I just want you to feel what the friction point feels like. It's like you're squeezing a tomato.
I don't know what the...
Slowly let the clutch out, and as soon as the car starts moving, that's like the friction point. When you, like, that's the friction point right there. The push
now what?
Now add a little gas. Yeah, there you go. You're driving. Are you in gear? Are you fully out on the clutch?
Yeah, I'm fully out on the clutch.
Doing donuts.
I feel like Mr. Bean.
In order to come to stop, you got to put the clutch in
and the brake at the same time.
Yeah!
I think I stalled the car.
Stall count number 4.
I don't understand how not to stall on braking.
You just gotta push the clutch in. Just push the clutch down all the way.
Oh, we're going.
We're going, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now just put your clutch all the way in.
Oh, and then we can go to a nice, gentle stop. It's really...
So traffic is starting to slow down.
Okay,
slow down, okay.
Clutching in. We're rolling to a stop.
Yeah, okay, wait, now we're going in. Go, 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 go. Oh, okay. Hello, smooth. Okay, so now back
we're going to back up all the way over and back. Yep. Friction point.
See that little shutter? It's like, okay, you're on the edge.
We're on the edge of translation.
There you go. Okay.
This truck that we have rented is 20 times larger than this.
And it might have way more gears. I have no idea how many gears it's gonna have. Like, you can learn to drive a 6-speed, 5-speed Jimny. You'll be able to drive this truck.
How do you drive stick, Chris? You'll get a feel for it.
Clutch in.
Clutch in.
There you go, you made a second gear. Okay.
I forgot about the clutch.
Okay.
Yeah, you should put your seatbelt on.
Okay, second.
Why am I not going? Because I'm not in second gear. I think I'm here, Joe.
There's somebody coming. Back up, back up. For God's sake, what the fuck is this person doing? And stall count. All right, second gear. Nice. More gas, third gear. Yeah!
I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm driving stick right now. I'm scared.
You took this pretty quick. Oh my god, look how you're sweating so much. The windows are fogging.
I'm gonna be a pro after 11 days. That, or you're gonna do the entire driving.
Well, I think you did a great job.
I'm proud of myself. That was hard. I can see why you failed driving school.
I failed the driving test in an automatic, by the way.
What? Yeah. For the next 11 days, we'd be traveling off-road through the Highlands, sometimes following a convoy of 15 strangers and 2 guides, and sometimes navigating solo, supported by a lead truck and crew. This truck would be our home on wheels for the next 2 weeks.
Special delivery.
Oh gosh. We just got the truck. We are loading everything in. I'm so glad I packed in packing cubes. Everything is going in the cupboards here, and tomorrow morning we're gonna start our expedition. But tonight we have to move into the truck, kind of get settled, figure out how everything works, check everything out, and then get groceries. And then we can hit the road and camp for 11 days in this gigantic truck. Okay, so I think we're kind of basically moved in. They requested packing in collapsible duffel bags, like not hard-sided suitcase. Check, did it. Everything was in packing cubes. Look at this. Because otherwise, can you imagine the chaos? This here is all toiletry stuff. Down here, camera bags. In here, shoe storage. In here, tripod plus sweaters and jackets. Okay, raincoats. Food, which we don't have any of yet.
Okay. Flush toilet paper only. Okay.
Well, what do you think? Stop.
Oh man.
Holy shit. Alright, we're gonna go load up on groceries for the next 11 days. I did not make a meal plan. Also, everything is new in here, so we're gonna see how that goes.
How's Google Translate working?
Well, it's doing something, that's for sure. It's working good. I'm gonna say it's good.
What a haul.
What a haul indeed. Oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed right now. The diesel is black here in Iceland. Green in America, so don't get them mixed up. You don't want to put like regular gas in a diesel. That would be horrible.
There's something about like when you're fueling for the first time on these trips. Alright, don't forget your gas cap. Good in this rig.
My time has come. I haven't driven this yet, so the chimney is the size of this whole cab. I'm gonna try to drive this thing out of the campsite. We're starting the real part of the expedition today. We're actually going on the F-roads, which I'm so excited. So the pressure is on. I have to learn how to drive this now if I want to drive off-road today. My leg is like actually like struggling to keep the brake down.
You can let off the clutch more.
Oh.
You won't stall.
Yeah. Oh! Oh God!
See the brake?
The brakes.
See how
really
touchy the brakes are?
Solid.
You're in neutral now. Gas, 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 gas.
I don't like this at all. I don't like driving on the highway. This is so stressful. I really don't like it. There's people behind me. I'm like fucking up. There's nowhere to pull over.
You're not fucking up. You're doing a great job.
I should never be driving a bus. Touch in. Oh.
Four, that's okay.
Sorry, we're doing it.
Yeah, just roll in. Look it.
Holy cross.
Great job.
Thank you. Yeah!
From today on, it's also really important to take into account the tire pressure of the truck. So it can happen that the day after tomorrow.
We are officially in convoy,
headed
headed to our first off-road bit, and Chris is driving because I freaked myself out on the highway. It was exciting to watch the pavement disappear beneath us as we turned onto our first F-road.
We lower tire pressure to 2.5 and we engage centered in, but we will help you as well.
This isn't the kind of travel I normally do. I'm used to taking my truck into the woods and down Forest Service roads, but I'd never really been anywhere that actually required me to air down my tires. It was a completely new learning experience.
Right, take 2 or 3 minutes.
We're officially on the F-roads. That's pretty cool.
They said that some of the roads are going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
If you look left and right to the ground, you see all the colors of the mud, and it will be changed in a couple of hours to complete different colors.
25 years ago when I was doing driving school, I remember my dad said, you have to do driving school using standard transmission, using manual transmission. And I was like, why? It's harder, and like, we're never driving. He's like, one day, you're gonna thank me. And that day has come. Thanks, Dad, for making me do driving school in manual transmission.
Well, the boys got a flat tire on the road here. We're like literally on a mountain hill and they busted a tire. Honestly, I think this is part of the adventure, right? It's like, it's the story that you tell later is, it's not the drive. It's like, oh, we got a flat tire on this road and we had to pull off and switch it out and like all this stuff happened. Like,
Steep grade.
As the kilometers passed, the landscape transformed. Sheep wandered the land. Glaciers hovered on the horizon. And then it was my turn to drive.
How do you feel?
I'm nervous, about to do my first hill. I'm scared, actually.
What are you afraid of?
Going off the road, tipping over, just not knowing what to do, really. It's like getting into a situation because this is so new and then being like, oh, I'm not sure where to go from here. But thankfully there's like no one really behind us right now. That's what I was worried about. Oh, I just revved it way too high. I'm in neutral. Shit, where's the brake?
Okay, so regroup, first gear.
It's taking a significant amount of effort to hold the clutch and the brake in. Like my legs aren't even on the, like I can't relax and just like hold them in because they're like pushing back at such force that I had to like step on it. Like my ass is not fully on the seat. Yesterday, knowing that today was a heavy driving day, I pre-prepared sandwiches in the fridge. Smoked chicken, bacon, lettuce, cheese, and mayonnaise on pretzel roll, bread cubes, chips and salsa. The further we went into the Highlands, the more comfortable I became behind the wheel. I was still cautious, still aware of how much I had to learn, but each time I took the controls, I pushed a little further beyond my comfort zone. There were moments when fear got the best of me. I'd hand the wheel over to Chris, convinced I'd mess something up or get us stuck.
Okay, first water crossing, like big one, decent sized one.
This is a decent one.
You wanna do it?
No. For a while, I bailed at every water crossing, hopping out, letting Chris take over.
You sink pretty low. That was pretty interesting. It's not something that we do ever. We've never really done water crossings before. The thing that was unexpected for me was how much we sank into the river. It was like, oh, we're like the water's deeper than it looks. Oh wow, you're down pretty far.
This is very bumpy.
Excuse me, like you complain to the manager? The
Yeah.
roads are too bumpy.
We've driven over so many weird, different like landscapes today. It's been like 5 or 6 hours, and the ground has changed at least 10 times. I feel like.
Yeah.
I sort of felt like I was balancing on the edge of fear the entire time, but something inside me kept screaming, "Do it!" So I did.
Yo, you just did your first river crossing.
I did. That was so sick. And then another. I can't believe I'm driving a stick shift, gigantic, what is
Bus.
it, 7-ton bus. Never thought I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do this trip, well not always, for the last couple of years. I wouldn't have done it without Chris, because I wouldn't have driven this
Yeah.
crazy.
And you learned how to drive stick 2 days ago.
Yes, I learned how to drive stick 2 days ago.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
Pilot in command.
Not bad. Yeah, slippery.
Yeah.
It's really slippery. Oh my god, oh my god. I feel like I'm on a journey of independence in a way. Of just like stopping relying on other people to do things. Like I'm still relying on Chris for this trip because I'm like really nervous. I'm like really kind of taking it slow, but like this is like flat, straight. This is a great way for me to get used to this. And then maybe like in the next couple of days, I'll be able to do something a little more challenging, or maybe I'll be too scared. Chris has no fear. I have a fuck ton of fear for both of us. Confidence was building slowly but surely. The last water crossing for the day. Until a flicker of doubt snuck in and made me hesitate on our final water crossing of the day.
And again, very important to take it slow.
I don't want to do this.
No?
No.
Okay.
I really don't want to do this. It's really deep and I stalled it in the last water crossing. I'm scared. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing this. Yes.
That one's deep.
That was deep.
This one's pretty deep too.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Keep going.
That was probably the heftiest one yet, huh?
I'm so glad you did that and not me. All right, this is camp for the night.
This is camp for the night. Right on the river at the base of this volcano.
That's sick. Shelf in our fridge shifted in our off-roading and the fridge is just an absolute nightmare.
Are you having a tough time getting up?
Just a little. Grilled cheese is one of our go-to meals. Not the plain kind, though we'll never say no to that, but the kind we like to elevate. Layered with prosciutto, creamy brie, and a handful of peppery arugula. It's quick, comforting, and something that always feels special after a long travel day. A little balsamic. That's what we got going on. The mornings in Iceland's Highlands carry that same feeling, surreal and unforgettable. Each camp unfolded with something new, strange landscapes and quiet skies. We're back on the ring road now. We're off the F roads for a little bit. This is scary. Roads are really narrow and there is not a shoulder in sight. So
There is not.
that's freaky. Tonight we're gonna go through a big ass water crossing, which should be pretty cool. I'm so afraid that I'm going to bungle it and get stuck in the water.
You don't want to drive on the beach?
No, I don't. I do, but I'm scared of being the one person who stalls, gets stuck, goes off track.
You're afraid of being the only woman who's driving in this expedition. You're afraid of letting your gender down.
Yes,
You learned to drive stick like 4 days ago.
I did.
So I think that you should give yourself a little bit of leeway here.
Day by day, I grew more familiar with the truck, still cautious and still learning, but I knew the real test was yet to come. Well, what a stark contrast from earlier. It was so calm and beautiful. I gotta sneeze. And now the wind is ripping. I think it's 16, gusting 23. So we're parked up at camp here now, and we're about to do a massive water crossing and then go see the puffins. I really hope this time we actually get to see puffins, because last time we went on a puffin excursion, we were not so lucky. But I am pretty nervous about the water crossing because one of the guides said that last time somebody got stuck and it took them 4 hours and a backhoe to dig them out. So we'll see.
What do you think?
Honestly, really scared. Like, my gut is going like, you're gonna be the one that gets stuck. It's gonna be 4 hours. It's gonna be thousands of dollars.
If you want me to drive, I can drive.
I feel like I need to do it.
Follow this person. Yeah.
It'd be helpful if I took my handbrake off, wouldn't it?
It's the center diplo.
Okay, that's the center one.
And only do rear and front as needed. Like if we get stuck.
You'll
Yeah,
tell-
yeah, yeah.
you'll tell
Then we
us.
will help you. Then we will
Okay.
help you. Yeah. So first, this needs to be good.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Caught it. She caught it.
This is the face of a person who is extremely anxious.
Yeah, I know. We are fully ready for you.
River crosser extraordinaire. Bumpity bump bump.
Slowly, please. Not too fast on in the
That was the biggest river you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We are all out of First River. You can drive further. Thank you. Okay, now you can make bigger gaps between 25 till max 50 meters.
There's black sheep over there. Look like I'm having fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to have fun now.
You started that fun now.
There's yes ma'ams underneath the water. The RPMs are like, ooh.
Dude, killing it.
We're so far behind. So far, I've had no real reason to be nervous. This is a lot more obvious than I thought it was going to be. This is absolutely insane. This is the craziest landscape I've ever driven in. Like, it's like the moon here. It's like the moon.
Rebecca, very well done.
Not bad for her third time driving.
We did it!
You did it!
I
You
did
fucking
it.
killed it!
Thank you.
Fucking killed it! You
Thank
killed
you.
it! So proud of you.
Thank you.
That's character building.
The Atlantic Ocean sure looks like a different color over here, doesn't it, than in Newfoundland?
It's like more minty.
Yeah, it is. After a stop at the most incredible beach I have ever seen, we carried on to our next destination to see some puffins. I wasn't expecting a crash course in off-road recovery, but the sand was soft and slippery. I am going off the road. And a hard stall was all it took to dig in just enough to get me stuck.
Reverse, Rebecca, what you did like 5 minutes ago.
Keep going back?
Everything is fine.
I wasn't buried, but I knew if I kept trying to move forward, I would be.
More.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's fine.
Put it in one, and we start. And we keep driving in one first.
Okay.
You're doing really good.
Very good, yeah. And gas. Yeah, keep it. Yes, keep it.
Oh my god, I'm going in the red.
Just like this.
Okay.
On the track, keep it. And now you can go to the second one. And bam. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah!
And jump off, yeah?
Okay. Thank you. You're best. What made a huge difference was being with a team full of patience, encouragement, and experience. Ian and Stefan were A+ guides, calm, capable, and always willing to teach.
Dude! Dude!
Dude,
You fucking killed it!
thanks for being my hype man. Thank you so much for helping
You
me.
did it.
I just
did it.
learned so much. Thank you, I appreciate it. I miss this type of weather. I forget how much I love it and how much I suffer in the dead-ass summer of Buffalo.
This is frigid and windy.
This is fantastic, ideal, honestly. The vast open landscape and cool summers make it an ideal place for Icelandic sheep to free-range graze. I read there's actually more sheep on the island than people, so if that's actually true, it's no surprise that they're such a big part of the culture. I was hell-bent on bringing back an authentic hand-knit sweater made from Icelandic sheep's wool. I have been obsessed with them for years. The adventure today was getting my nice Icelandic sweaters with puffins on it. The puffin sweater caught me by surprise, a strange link from Iceland to the island of Newfoundland where I'm from, where puffins are a beloved symbol of the coast, protected and proudly local. And also I was reminded of my late grandmother Peckham, who was an artist, a knitter, and would have really gotten a kick out of this pattern. I said if I see a puffin tomorrow, I'm wearing my puffin sweater. So now I have to wear my puffin sweater tomorrow. I should have brought a 200 to 600. I'm wearing my puffin sweater today because we got to see puffins last night, which was a highlight. Yesterday was awesome. It was also really hard mentally. It was a haul-ass day, which I don't really like doing. At the end of the day, it was type 2 fun and it was worth it. What we saw yesterday was probably like the highlight of the trip so far. Sometimes you got to push yourself to do something, maybe if you're uncomfortable, and in the end, it's worth it. With my sweaters acquired, I was drawn to one more thing in particular. Usually when we're on a photography trip, I get fixated on a shot, and sometimes that shot isn't really anything special, I just have to have it. Sheep. I needed my sheep shot. Not a chance.
You snuck down on the edge.
That's what I was supposed to do.
I said G.I. Joe crawl towards the edge and pop up right in front of him.
Is that the photo you wanted, or is that the photo I wanted?
Oh, touche! Touche!
It's not about how close you can get. I'm filling the frame. It's about showing. It's like, yes, the sheep, but also like, where's the sheep? Do you know what I mean?
In Iceland, by.
See, the thing is that you get a nice foreground if you're down there.
It's fine. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna roll by here now, safari style.
It's not a very good shot. But not just a close-up of any sheep, I wanted a gray sheep in the landscape on an overcast or foggy day, so it was time to keep my eyes on the edge of the wind. You got the shot, and all I'm seeing is sheep ass. Every time I walk up, sheep ass, sheep ass. Oh, you want a picture of me? I missed the sheep water crossing. Of course, I want to get a moody portrait of one of the like black and white kind of cool looking sheep in a cool landscape. That might be ambitious because that's like a luck thing, but that's my goal. That's what I'm keeping my eye out for that.
The sheep has to not just turn around and walk away from you like all the sheep have done so far.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of variables. The odds are stacked against you for sure.
They are for sure. Oh, water crossing.
Yeah.
Just a random water crossing. From there, I got multiple opportunities for sheep photos.
Solid butts.
Butts?
Butts. Story of my life.
Sheep butts?
Sheep butts.
I got white sheep in the landscape, but no gray sheep. I got babies drinking from their mom, and sheep ass after sheep ass. Photos of sheep, but not the photo of sheep. That was until the Uxie Pass. Up and up we went. The conditions were perfect. Suddenly, my sheep appeared on the street.
He's posing for you.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up your face. Okay, so we were just driving over the top of this crest, and we came over this blind hill, and there were 3 sheep. One was this gray and white one that Becky was like, I want a picture of this so bad. But she's been saying all trip, like, it's the sheep that I want to get a portrait of. And so we're just kind of stalking these sheep, and they're just slowly walking away.
Sheep ass, and then a car rolled up, and the sheep turned into the landscape.
Look at him posing! He's posing for her. Oh my god, and the little tiny babies are running. The difficult thing here is that I feel like the moss is like sacred. Icelandic people, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we feel like we're not supposed to walk on the moss. Because there have been some signs, some of the more landmark areas saying like, please do not walk on the moss, it ruins it. And there's moss everywhere, so we kind of want to stay on the road. The sheep now are walking into the pastures, so I feel like that was our opportunity. I don't know if Becky got the shot.
I held my breath, hit the shutter, and hoped for the best. I got it! I got it! Okay, now I can breathe. I'm not gonna be too stressed. I got my sheep shot.
I love it. I love it.
I have the manual focus because the camera, like, there's no joystick. It's really awkward to touch the screen where you want.
Oh, using the
and
A7
then take a picture.
C2.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus the A7 IV on.
You know what? I think I'm gonna put the A7 IV on.
Great idea.
I have been a big fan of the Sony A7C2 as my walk-around camera for the past couple of years. Its size, weight, and ease make it a no-brainer for most situations. But when it came to getting my sheep shot, something felt off. I've always believed that cameras are just tools and it's up to the person holding them to get the shot. But sometimes the limitation of a tool rises to the surface, and this was one of those times. I don't photograph animals often. They're fast, unpredictable, usually pretty far away, and they don't wait for you to fumble with awkwardly placed buttons. For the first time, the A7C2 felt like it couldn't keep up. Not in image quality, but in speed and responsiveness. I've been telling myself that this is the best all-around camera for me, and maybe it is. But what I've really been valuing is its convenience. With a remote trip coming up, I was planning to rely on this camera again. Now I'm thinking the A7 IV might be a better call. What I'm finding is, like, shooting animals, I really am missing this joystick button, and I knew I missed that when I got the A7C2. I knew I was going to miss this, and it's just really difficult to shoot animals without it for some reason. Just like, did that sheep just jump off the edge?
I think it did. You should go make sure he's okay. No, there he is. He popped up over there. Fucking warping sheep.
Wind's starting to pick up.
Yeah. A bit windier.
I'd heard stories about the wind in Iceland, cold and unforgiving. But I hadn't thought about what happens when that wind kicks up while you're driving on a sand track through a remote volcanic desert. We struggled to see the tire marks on the ground as the wind wiped away any sign of cars ahead. All we had were yellow mile markers to guide us. This is crazy.
Yeah. We're in a dust storm right now, and it's basically this fine black gray volcanic dust. And I can't see the car in front of us, behind us. And it's funny because it reminds me of being in like a blizzard in Buffalo, where you're like following the mile markers on the highway. You're like, okay, there's a marker. Okay, there's a marker that designates the road. At least here we have like you can sort of see the tracks, but I don't see anybody in front of us.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in front of us or behind us.
What lasted just 30 minutes felt like an eternity as we fought to stay on the track, knowing that one wrong move would almost certainly get us stuck. But just as quickly as the storm rolled in, it cleared. A low-lying haze was all that remained of our treacherous drive. The land here is constantly in motion, this time shaped by wind. Volcanic sand whips across the ground, editing the landscape with every harsh breeze. Massive glaciers, ancient and alive, feed rivers and waterfalls with cool, clear turquoise water, so tasty that you just want to jump in. That same forest carves deep gorges and canyons over time, reshaping the land as it moves. And just as water sculpts, so does fire. Ancient basalt columns rise from the ground, so surreal that if you stare long enough, you can almost see them forming, shaped by the slow cooling of lava. Sun went behind the cloud just in time for us to get a nice even picture. No shitty highlights. Loading back into the truck after an hour or two of shooting, shutting the door, dumping cards, firing up a coffee and tea, and letting time drift by has to be one of the most enjoyable parts of this kind of travel. One day, I'd love to have a more enclosed, fully built-out setup, something self-sufficient, designed for adventure and photography. I imagine bringing it home to Newfoundland and spending time tootling around the island, sleeping in remote places, waking up early for photo missions, and then coming back for coffee naps and a quick peek at what we captured. These are the kinds of moments that I dream about. Chris and I can't help but daydream about what works with this setup and what we'd change. The idea of curating a small collection of ceramics for a setup like this, that tickles my heart so much. That officially made the list of non-negotiable items. First time airing up and airing down tires ever. I don't take my truck in places I need to do that. I should. Learning a lot, actually. Yesterday I learned that you don't do a river crossing if the water is still. But if it's rippled, it's probably okay because there's rocks underneath. But obviously, I'll always check it. Obviously, I knew to check it, but I did not know the still versus rippled thing. It's pretty cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I lost it. It fell out of my hand. It's gone. And one more lesson, pack extra valve caps if you're airing up and airing down.
I see it. I see it.
Okay, so this is day 6 of our expedition. We're not doing any off-road driving today. It's all tarmac, as they say, highway driving. So we're kind of going to make this a bit of a 0 day in our way, but that is not just resting, it's actually a lot of chores. So today we have to fuel up, we have to get groceries, we have to dump our black and gray water, and then we have to fill up our water so that for the next 6 days we can be fully self-sufficient off-grid. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But The first thing we need to do is get hot dogs because I've been
Better hot
told that
dogs?
if you come to Iceland, you have to have a hot dog. We got the Icelandic hot dog. It's got the crispy onions and the 2 sauces they recommended.
Did you get wiener in that bite?
I've been seeing that hot dog sauce in the grocery store and I don't know what it is. Groceries, gas, chores, camp chores. Got our groceries. It's mostly junk food. We got 1 vegetable, the green onion. We're gonna fill the fridge and the cupboards, and then we had to dump our gray water tank in our poop tank, which apparently is a traumatic experience.
I don't know, is it going? I'll hop out and see.
Black tank ton, it's disgusting. We're actually almost done. Gas, water, camp. Remember, green is
Green's diesel.
no.
Green's diesel in the
petrol.
US. Green's
Black.
black.
Black is
here
diesel.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's really dirty, hey? Not a bad camp spot.
Not a
Hey.
bad camp spot.
Not a bad camp spot at all.
Not bad at all.
This is officially one of the coolest campsites I've ever been to. We're literally parked here on the beach. This big stream here. It is gorgeous. It was actually one of the first calm and sunny evenings we've had since we've been here. So it was really great. We sat out with our new friends and hung out for a little bit. Just had supper. You wouldn't believe it because it looks like this big, beautiful, sunny day. But it is actually 9:30 at night, which is like crazy. So we need to shut all the windows. It's so hard to do because it's so beautiful, but we need to shut all the windows, turn the night lights on, and start tricking our minds into thinking that it's bedtime, which is a real challenge. But we have an early morning tomorrow because I think we're gonna find some hot springs, which will be really cool. So hopefully that works out. So in order to trick ourselves into thinking that it's nighttime, we close up all the shades and just put the little lights on. And I would say within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I'll be yawning and ready to go on the sack. What do you think?
Yes, that's exactly the plan.
All right, let's do it. One of life's simplest pleasures is water. I find it grounding, and honestly, I can't get enough of it. So stumbling across a natural hot spring tucked beside an icy stream felt like a gift. A hot-cold cycle was exactly what our tired bodies needed after 6 straight days off-road. This trip gave me a lot of time to think about why I love traveling, and it always comes back to the landscapes. Some of my friends and family are drawn to history, to stories about people and places long gone, but I get lost in the history written into the land itself. Why is this waterfall warm? Why is the algae this color? How old is this canyon? I'm fascinated by rocks, by the silky texture of water, by trees, or their absence in places like this. That's the kind of thing my brain obsesses over. It's why I keep traveling, for nature. Honestly, there's no better feeling than jumping between hot and freezing cold water and then coming out with every part of your body completely awake. The energy in this country blows my mind, from harnessing geothermal heat to power towns and warm homes, to the sheer force of waves crashing onto black sand beaches. Powerful waterfalls carve through the land, and a hot waterfall feeds steaming pools tucked into the earth. Everywhere you look, the landscape feels alive, shaped by fire, water, and time, as if the island itself is still becoming. I love this because as long as I can remember, I have been absolutely obsessed with volcanoes and geological phenomena. We are doing this kind of ring road, this loop, around a mountain that I cannot pronounce. And we're gonna go see some craters and volcanoes, but we're also on a bit of a time crunch today because we have 6 hours to do the whole drive, and Chris and I got up a little late. And so we got basically 2 hours to play in between. So, a bit tight, but we'll make it work.
Sending it.
I'd read in the guidebook that we'd get the chance to drive right into the Lackey craters, along black sand roads lined with bright green moss. We made sure to stay on the track. The moss here is very fragile, and one footprint can last for decades. It's one of more than 100 craters ripped open from the Laki eruption. Over 8 months, from June 1783 to February 1784, lava poured across the land, creating one of the largest lava flows on Earth since the last ice age. The eruption killed thousands of people and animals, destroyed farms, and left a permanent mark on the landscape. 240 years later, it's hauntingly beautiful, a duotone world of black and green. I was excited to finally have a small moment to be in the landscape with my camera. One of Laki's remnants stopped me in my tracks. A quiet turquoise pool ringed in black rock, so calm you'd never guess it was born in fire. Okay, wow. Oh, that was, hang on, absolutely epic. Black sand, bright green moss. The contrast of the landscape here is like nothing I have ever seen before. That was a volcano crater with a lake in it. Probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And this, I think, is my favorite location of the trip so far and my favorite spot. Otherworldly is the only way I could describe it.
Yeah, the color of the water is insane.
Color of the water is crazy. It was like turquoise, but like clear, crystal clear. Like I just want to jump in. Oh, I'm obsessed with it here. Like I could spend an entire day just on this loop road, looking at all of these volcanoes and stopping and taking pictures and stuff. I could have spent hours here. Little did I know this was only the beginning, and I'd get my fill of lava fields later in the trip.
What do you think of that?
That is what I came here for. That view. That. Fog, black, green, epicness. That is what I came here for. Unfortunately, we're driving, so.
You can stop, but.
We don't have time. We're in a time crunch today. On a water crossing. The land moves here. It breathes, it splits, it swells. That power isn't ancient history. It's still shifting beneath towns and beneath homes. We visited Grindavik, a town evacuated in late 2023 due to a swarm of earthquakes that opened a fissure beneath the town, and the entire community was forced to evacuate. In the weeks leading up to the evacuation, over 22,000 earthquakes rattled the ground beneath the town. Icelandic authorities built defensive berms around Grindavik, the power plant, and the Blue Lagoon to slow and divert the lava away. This berm that I'm standing on here, obviously man-made, basically saved most of the homes from this lava flow. But unfortunately, this whole town is a ghost town because I think there was over 22,000 earthquakes in the city that everyone had to evacuate because there was structural damage or fissures opening up in the ground. Some people unfortunately lost their lives. This berm prevented the city from completely being covered, but unfortunately, it still wasn't great news for the town. In a country shaped by fire, it was an act of human defiance against something far older and stronger than us. And not 12 hours after we left the country, the same volcano erupted once again. Wanting to see a lava field was a simple check off my must-see in Iceland, but I got a bit more than I bargained for. After a long day of driving, we entered a lava field around 8 p.m. And as we put in the kilometers bouncing up and down in the truck aggressively, I found myself wanting this part to be over. Each small patch of smooth lava sand was craved between rough roads. The light started to fade as the lava rocks called to me for photos. A storm rolled through on the horizon, teasing me. I wanted to stop. I wanted to spend an hour or two with my camera shooting photos here. But as we slowly made our way to camp, our ETA on the GPS kept growing. 9:30, 9:40, 9:15, and in the end, we arrived at camp at 10:40 p.m. with 1 or 2 photos to show for it, shot from a moving 7.5-ton truck. The inability to stop for a proper set of images, because doing so would push sleep later and later, was pure torture. Driving off-road is really hard on the body, and the next day we continued on sore, not realizing fully that we had 10 more hours of what we had experienced just the night before. What started as a craving for lava fields turned into dread. Each corner we turned, the roads bumped on, and I couldn't wait to not see one for a little while. But in between patches of smooth sand, we appreciated driving on the moon. The landscape, otherworldly. The atmosphere, moody. Charcoal sand stretched on for miles as black, jagged rocks protruded from the soft ground.
Maybe if we came over here in 2013, it would have been so bloody bumpy. Going on Belmont, I guess.
Askja sits way out in Iceland's volcanic interior, silent, stark, and dreamlike. In 2014, a massive landslide collapsed into the lake without warning, sending a wave dozens of meters high across the caldera. The roads aren't really roads anymore, just rough tracks through loose ash, old lava flows, and rivers that change by the hour. It felt less like traveling and more like just being allowed to pass,
Yeah.
but barely.
Okay, then 500 meters, we got up police.
The whole convoy just got pulled over by the park ranger, police. We all got passport checked. And it was a very wholesome and sweet experience, like much less stressful and much more friendly than what we're used to, we'll say. But yeah, what an interesting little stop. We all got a group picture. That was really cute. And now we're on our way. A little bit of a break. Kind of good because we got to get off the bumpy road for a little while and take a little break.
They were non-threatening, exactly. That's a good way to put it, yeah. It was, they were making jokes. Be like, all right, you're the last person in the convoy. Better not mess it up for everybody.
After our main and alternative routes were closed due to flooding, we had no choice but to drive 94 kilometers through this land. We're currently on, what is this, hour 9 of absolutely brutal off-road driving. This is the hardest day of the entire trip so far. We left at 9 in the morning. At 6:30 we took two little breaks. Yeah, we got stopped by the police for a while. We had somebody run out of fuel, and now it's 6:30 and we're just stopped because somebody ahead needs to stop. But driving off-road on really challenging trails is absolutely exhausting, especially when it's 12 hours straight. And my body hurts so much more than I was expecting. I feel like I've worked out and I'm like, but not just worked out, like overworked out. I'm in a lot of pain.
Definitely type 2 fun. This has always been the stuff that I've like really enjoyed. And I don't want to come off as negative because this is like a once in a lifetime experience.
Like we're having a net good time.
It's definitely net good time, yeah. It's definitely a once in a lifetime experience and we're very grateful to be able to do it. We don't regret doing it.
I think what it is, like I said, is solidified like the type of overlanding travel that we like to do, and I think it's different for everybody. I'm not just really interested in going through muddy trails and getting stuck and recovering. That's not really for me. It's parking up, taking pictures, hanging out, being in a landscape, cooking up a good meal, and then sleeping in my truck. And that's what I like about overlanding.
I don't consider myself like an overlander per se, but I do like doing vehicle-based adventures, especially when they're more on the extreme end. And this is definitely on the more extreme end, but it's like, oh, you feel bad. It's like, because I'm supposed to be like this because we went on this trip to do this. And so yeah, there's an element of like feeling bad for not feeling bad, but like feeling a bit like, I should be enjoying this, but I'm like, okay, this is a bit much now.
Yeah.
I feel like a fucking Smeagol.
Who?
Smeagol.
Who's
or whatever
Smeagol?
that Lord of the Rings character.
My precious.
I just feel like I'm kind of stay alive.
Ah!
Hour 10, baby.
Oh my god.
I'm going crazy.
I ate so many chips today. Oh Jesus.
We get a flat tire here, and it takes an hour more.
Ugh.
I feel like I'm on the sea.
Ow.
Captain Potato Chip.
Captain Potato Chip.
I
got him on my
I
flag.
think I'm going crazy.
I think you might be. I think the off-road jiggled your brain. All right, that's not this.
There's always a point in any good trip where challenge meets the endurance of your mind. It's what makes the trip feel like an amazing accomplishment in the end, but at the time feels like it's the most challenging thing you've ever done.
Excuse me, miss?
I'm not
Excuse
stepping
me?
on the moss.
Excuse me, miss?
Stepping on the rocks.
I think
Just
you're
to be
stepping
clear,
on the moss.
I am not stepping on the moss. I'm photographing the beautiful moss.
It's type 2 fun to find, where at the time it's
Photographing
hard,
it,
you don't want to be
stepping on
doing
it.
it anymore, but when you reflect on it, it becomes a fun memory and a great story, and you would absolutely do it again. As we came towards the end of the trip, I had some time to really think about what overlanding is to me. Being new to this community, there's a real pressure to get your truck dirty, to do the hard trails, get stuck, and go to really crazy places. And sometimes it feels like the dirtier your truck is, the more you're doing it the right way. But doing it the right way doesn't really exist. Choosing the type of pace and adventure best for you is doing it right, dirt or no dirt. I've been really grateful to be on this trip, to experience the F-roads and all of the beautiful and wild locations we visited. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time.
This is definitely the scariest part of the drive so far.
It's been one of the most challenging trips I've ever done, an experience for the books, and I'm coming away with this feeling like I really saw the country of Iceland. But it has solidified for me that while I loved the trip and would absolutely 100% do it again in a heartbeat, that overlanding for me is really about slowing down and connecting with nature and photography rather than tackling the longest and most challenging roads. I gained a ton of experience here in Iceland.
Oh fuck, I stalled it.
I learned how to drive stick in 2 days and took control of a massive 7.5-ton truck. Then drove that on highways with no shoulders, bumpy dirt roads, and did beach water crossings. I learned how to get unstuck from soft sand to gear down on steep hills, and that our bodies can actually handle a lot more than our brains can. I had dreamed of this moment, to travel the wild roads of Iceland, and they were everything that I imagined and more. We met some amazing people. The guides and everyone else who was on this trip really made it a memorable experience for us. But I also learned that the fast pace of traveling all day with little room for sitting in one spot for photos isn't quite why I got into this. The special thing about overlanding is that it's different for everyone, and finding the path that works best for you and no one else is what makes it so enjoyable. A customized experience built for your passions.
Yes.
How does it feel to be back on the pavement?
Oh, it is smooth. This feels buttery compared to the last, I don't know, 2 weeks.
But I had to be careful when pairing overlanding with photography.
Yeah.
The balance between living in the moment and seeing it through the lens is a delicate one. Each frame is a pause, a way to hold on to something fleeting, a bridge between motion and stillness, adventure and memory. Some moments are meant to be lived, not captured. But the ones that are tend to shape how we remember it all. Each photo is less about the image and more about the connection it created.
Wow, back to the home base.
Right back where we started.
And also, I kind of want a manual transmission truck. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.